Grand final time! Simplicity against WildHeart Esports on Infernal Shrines, our first map. Couple of wild games, honestly, especially the semi-final with Simplicity against 30k. I feel that one really deserved another map. I mean, oh boy. That was some great play from both sides that we've seen there. But now we are in the grand final and we have map number 1. Infernal Shrines is in, and let's see what Simplicity can do here. WildHeart, obviously, they had a good semi-final themselves against Storm Esports. A little bit wild on Battlefield of Eternity. Especially the end was, of course, a bit crazy and kind of unexpected if you looked at the rest of the games. But yeah, that series was definitely another highlight. So now we have Medivh banned out, so it seems like they had at least a bit of a look or some scouts that told them what's going on here. Medivh banned on Infernal, we have Junkrat banned out as well. And I am pretty excited to see what they can do now. Because Simplicity has been playing pretty well, but especially the first 5 minutes, it seems like they're oftentimes getting spanked a little bit. So yeah, that is... if we would point out any part of the game where they should probably play a little bit more disciplined, it's the very early game when they have, in both of the games against 30k, lost multiple heroes. So we'll see how things go here. Now, as we're heading into this, we got Hogga banned. We got Tychus also eliminated. Again, he is a regular on Infernal Shrine simply because he can pop Odin and has huge potential with that. And A in the past went for double transformations as well. I mean, Tassadar with Archon, a little bit similar, has been oftentimes played here too, but what NA really liked to do in the times of HGC was to go for Tychus plus Alexstrasza and then go Dragon Queen plus Odin. And we have Dehaka in. So Dehaka as a first pick for them. And Dehaka sees so much play these days. I love that we have globals in a more dominant position in the meta again. There was a time when neither Falstad nor Dehaka was even looked at, and it always limited things a bit to team fights. But now that we have more of a focus on Falstad and Dehaka, depending on the map and how the team wants to play, it offers up just more strategic option for the teams. Lunara, of course, these days, she is an absolutely insane pick. And we have Stukov too. Now, again, in case that you guys are just watching this one right now, so this is all played out on the North American server. So this is an NA tournament that is played out over the course of a single day. And there's $500 on the line. We got a couple of European players that are participating here. Actually, in the grand final, it's only one. It's Masquerade. And of course, for him, it's still a bit tricky. There is a ping disadvantage between 120 ping roughly up to 200, depending on where exactly in Europe you live. So that's something that he has to definitely deal with. Maybe for him as a tank player, not quite as impactful as when you're playing a very mobile assassin where the arrow margin is insanely small, but of course it's going to impact him too. Outside of that, we have only NA players in the game who don't suffer from any of these issues, so this should be an absolutely full potential, more or less. Brightwing made it through and is getting picked, so we have two globals, so to say, with Dehaka and also Brightwing right now, assisting Diablo. And Dibbles on Infernal Shrines, I mean, the walls so you can get out of that bad boy are going to be nice. So, Slughunt on Blaze, Tremor's playing Garrosh. And, well, let's have a little bit of a look over towards the blue team. Their last two picks here. We need the damage healers. They haven't picked anything yet. Vala with a multi-shot build is, of course, still super powerful here, but she's not the only choice that you have in this situation now. She would definitely be a good asset, though. Could go Sylvanas. Hanzo is also getting picked. And nice! We got Maiev. I was actually missing a Maiev pick for quite some time now. So, yep. There it is. Maiev incoming. And with that, we have our last and final pick for the red team in this best of 5 series. The first map. Let's see what we're going to get here for Zergling. It's a Thrall, okay. Did not expect a double war chief for them. Fair enough, fair enough. Thrall on Infernal Shrines on the first map right away. Okay. Color me intrigued, this is going to be good. We got the first map in the grand final, everybody. Here at the Chili Mountain Fall Cup. Let's go. Infernal Shrines, map number 1 between WildHeart Esports and Simplicity. Game number 1 in the grand final, Simplicity against WildHeart Esports. Let's go. On the left side, Cure on Maiev, Legacy on Brightwing. We got Pants on Dehaka, Unaverted on Hanzo, and Masquerade on Diablo. Masquerade a beast on Diablo. Let's see if he can get those wall stuns in on our first map. WildHeart Esports on the right side with Khaldor on Blaze. We got Tremor on Garrosh. Weary Day on Stukov. Mason Blaze on Lulnara. And with a Trolling Thunder, we got Zergling on Thrall for the first map of the series. Okay, let's get the show on the road and see what they can pull off here. Up at the top left, we got Mr. Pants in the top lane. They didn't even go for the 5-man. They just decided against it. It was like, yeah, against Blaze and especially Garrosh. Oh, let's call it a day there. Let's not go too aggressive. Now Diablo, he has a few options if he gets pushed around. Talking about getting pushed around, Cure down here is dodging out as best he can and is oh my god, the Dodge Master 2000! Nice! Cure able to dodge absolutely everything, but now getting attacked and is able to get out with the Vault of the Warden. No problem for him. Yep, Juke City, Inhabitants 1. Now, with all of that said and done, there's a lot of time that was used by WildHeart Esports to try and get a kill at the bot lane. That didn't really work out for them. It allowed for a bit more freedom in the mid lane for Simplicity. And Maiev is probably pretty happy with herself right now. Top side, Dehaka against Blaze. Now again, Dehaka, the performance of Dehaka heavily hinges on him landing those drags. The AoE that you have really helps you on those side lanes. So they're absolutely understandable. Down here, they're going to go for the quick cap on the camp again. And well, as it stands, we have, with the camps taken, also a bit of dominant position at the bot lane from WildHeart Esports. They're using 4 heroes now to push the lane a bit. And the goal is, of course, to get the second camp for themselves. So the third, the neutral camp, gets attacked and Unaverted is already scouting all of that out. And they should be here in time. Good wall stun again. Nicely done by Masquerade, putting him into a big pickle here. And they try for the tether. Tremor is definitely in trouble, but they're turning it on Masquerade instead now. And Brightwing is barely able to keep him alive, but it worked out for them. And they also got the camp. They're following it up with even more damage and are able to take Garrosh down. Nicely done by Simplicity. Great start into the game. They get the extra camp. They get the kill. And now it's, of course, an early level 4 in their favor too. That's the beauty of having Dehaka that can easily push out another lane topside and then move down to the bottom of the map. Indomitable now in on level 4. We also got the Blossom Spell on the other side. Lurker Strain plus the Magic. But Brightwing was always disgusting. But this in particular, I mean, bleh, like spitting around on the battlefield, you know, it's just like, oh, I mean, if that thing wasn't creepy enough already, but that just makes it worse. Masquerade is holding the top for now. Allows the rest of the team to go for the camp here. And both, of course, are aiming for Shamans. And it seems like WildHeart Esports is capping theirs a little bit later at this point. It's all the way up to the top. What are we going to get from here? If they can burn that wave down, maybe a bit quicker. And in an ideal world, of course, take the camp too. But that won't be a thing. Especially with the shrine already being active. We have Simplicity pushing for victory here. So, off we go. Trying to make a quick play for the top, take the camp down, allow their own to push even further, and then rotate back down to take the shrine itself, where we already have the blue team in position. And here we go. Quick hits against Tremor, trying to attack here. Masquerade, yeah, he gets the heal from Brightwing as she teleports in. They have a slight lead over WildHeart Esports now, but it's the level 7 that really gives them the big advantage, and that makes it difficult for the red team to engage into this. One of the main reasons why Tremor is now the only one just sitting at the edges here, but as the talent is finally coming through for WildHeart Esports as well, they're starting to be way more aggressive. The tether against Tremor, really nice though, Cure in a bit of pressure, trouble in the back. It's really Lunara that is just dropping them all low in damage here. That damage over time becoming a huge problem. Thrall now also with the Ancestral Wrath is super important for him here for sustaining a quick nuke. The Chokin Pollen is in. They're trying for the flip as Pants thrown out back, but Tremor also finds himself the center of attention here on the red team side, and he might actually fall, especially as the Drag of the Dehaka connects, and they're about to get the hit. They got the objective already, but can they get the kill? Oh, that was shitty geometry right there, but nicely done. Diablo, beautiful play by him. And it's an easy double kill. That was huge. Yeah, while they defend here, check that play out again. Diablo, he pushes for Lunara, grabs Garrosh, they get the kill, and after that, the Drag of Dehaka allows them to get a follow-up, and they drop Blaze. That was absolutely beautiful. Fantastic kill by Simplicity. Fantastic double kill. And they are way ahead in this one now. They're looking at 3 kills to 0, more than a level lead. They did damage at the bottom, in the middle, where they dropped the fountain and the wall with the Punisher alone, and also at the top, they went for a pretty big plays here. That was fucking fantastic. Nicely done. Really nicely done. And of course, one of the rewards that they're getting out of this is not only the structural damage on lane, but even more importantly, we have them very close to level 10, and they can use that to maybe even take the second objective, but for sure to claim some of these camps, take the mercenaries, and maybe even push through the gates here. Maybe even go for a fort. All depending on how things go for them. But yeah, this is looking great. So they have the disc out. They got the barbecue for Diablo. Brightwing with the blink heal, and the disc is in. Oh dear. Oh dear. Lunara's in trouble, but Garrosh with a big save. Stukov assisting as well. And that was close. If Lunara wasn't so dear to Garrosh, he might not have gone for the save and risked his own life. But thankfully for her, he went in and helped out as much as he could. Yeah, Cure needs to go back, but they nearly dropped this one. Perfectly exploiting the level 10 advantage. So, as it stands, yeah, they can do a bit more. This is a poke, yeah. And can you get it? Nah, not quite. Okay, so nobody else was moving in. I was thinking maybe he would try and go for another approach, but no. 3 to 0, still the 1 level lead, and now it's time to fight with even talents, and that gives us Sundering as an engage option. Oftentimes you're trying to flank in with Thrall, get the Sundering through, and the damage connected therefore. But so far he didn't have an opportunity for that. It's all about the flanking, all about trying to drive a bit of a wedge between them. Hasn't happened in this case yet. 3 kills to 0, and the minion wave might take this one down. Thrall, yeah, well, or Q will. One of the two. There it is, easy attack. Q can move out, no jet propulsion that can connect with him here. And of course, up to the top, the Haka is also still doing a very good job putting the pressure onto the fountain and onto the fort. The objective itself is now spawning at the bottom of the map, and losing those towers is a big issue now for WildHeart, because if this camp pushes onto structures, that might even be the end of the fort, or at least severely damage it. Well, at the same time, there's no level 13 advantage yet for Simplicity. The problem is that if it is a long and drawn out fight over the objective, they're very likely to grab it. I mean, already they're only half a level away from it, and it's just now activating. So WildHeart Esports, they need to be quick on this one. And with now minion waves down here being attacked, a little bit more time, and Simplicity, especially with the Hark at the top, is going to get that level 13. And that is the big problem that they're facing off against now. So, yeah, the Harka is up at the top, trying to get them not only the camp destroyed, but also level 13. There it is. 13 is in. The fight is there. Unaverted goes down, and that's exactly the timing that WildHeart needed. But the counter kill on Stukov is a big problem. Legacy, he gets away. No, he dies. He dies. The camp topside still doing the damage. 4 versus 3 right now. Oh boy. It is, yeah, a tricky situation for them. They pull ahead, but the 3-man is going once again for gold. They know that there is currently no support. There's no support for them on the other side. So they're trying to capitalize on it. The fort at the top, by the way, has been taken down. The Shaman camp has taken the fort down. So that's already a huge win for Simplicity. A big win. That's the second fort that just got destroyed. Masquerade is still fighting it out. 31 points towards the objective against 16. Here's the tether. Tremor polymorphed. And that should be a kill. The disc in the back. The heals from Stukov. It's not going to be enough. Garrosh dies. The Punisher is still claimed by WildHeart Esports, but they lose Stukov again. He just came back and he died once more. So does Blaze. Punisher wants a piece of the action and jumps in, but it doesn't change the fact that they lost 3. The arrow goes straight through the middle of nowhere. Zergling gets killed after he just dropped the ult to make sure, I mean, to try and get a kill here. with the Sundering, but they lost everybody with the exception of Bambi. Bambi, the only one that escaped. 8 kills to 2. Big lead for Simplicity. 2 forts that they themselves already destroyed. They lost nothing down here except for the gate. Matters would have been even worse for WildHeart Esports if they would have lost that Punisher, but at least they were able to save that. 13 versus 13 now, but just look at that difference in experience. Simplicity has a 2-level lead nearly. And thanks to that, they're looking at another talent advantage in just a few seconds. Once that level 16 connects, they should have the upper hand for quite some time. Yeah, for sure. So there we go again. They're starting to move through at the bot lane with the camp that they just took. Oh, but here comes the flank. They're trying to go for a quick and sneaky kill against Masquerade, but he pushes his way out just before the level 16 is there. But it seems like it might be the end of Blaze if he doesn't pay attention. He's trying to make his way out and is able to do so. The arrow from Hanzo connects, but they're trying to save them, but it's not possible. They're losing both of them. Stukov and Blaze die. In comes Dehaka. Oh, God, what a slaughter now. This game just escalated so quickly. 10 kills to 2, and now they're moving into the middle of the map. They're not satisfied with getting the fort at the bottom. They know they're going to get this with the minions alone. No, they want to open up the mid lane. This is where the next objective spawns. This is where they see an opportunity to maybe end the game later. They want that keep, or at least they want to open it up. Take that fountain down. Save Masquerade for now. The disc is already in. A little bit of damage against the keep itself. And they're moving away. Gate is opened up. Keep is down by 25% easily. We're able to take the fountain down, but still. And that is, of course, a big lead. And while all of this happened, the bot lane has suffered. And of course, it's getting even worse here, as you can see. Masquerade is dodging out on everything. That fort is nearly gone. Dehaka takes the experience up at the top. They got the level 16 ready. Yeah, and that is just big. That's huge. 10 kills to 2. Significant lead now. And that once again means for WildHeart they need kills. And honestly, they have been playing a pretty disciplined game around those disadvantages. Flanking in the way that they did against Diablo earlier, that's the only play that they have. Arrow, triple arrow, nice connect here. The disc hits hard, and now they're forced into a fight they don't want to take. A fight against level 16, and with the talent disadvantage, they are struggling here. They go for Masquerade, but he survives again. The sustain on that bad boy is just crazy. Lunara low, everybody's low. They go for Thrall, and they gotta be so careful they're not gonna get chased down. And look at Slug Hunter here. Even with the heals that he's receiving, there's the quick tether, and he... Oh my god, they're getting him, aren't they? I was just about to say they nearly got him, but then it's Diablo with another brilliant engage. Closes the distance, closes the gap, drops him together with Hanzo. Now it's 13 kills against 2. The objective is up on the map, and they are just taking more and more. They're taking a huge bite out of WildHeart. And WildHeart has done everything they could to come back. They set up flanks, they try to isolate some heroes, they try to get easy kills, try to give themselves a bit of an advantage, always before the talent lead on the other side, and it's just not working out. Yeah, Simplicity. Great game so far by them. I mean, it's not over yet, but they have not suffered any significant losses here. They only lost 2 heroes throughout the entire game. 13 kills against 2. And up at the top side, of course, they're gonna go for another camp. Let them push to the top lane. They haven't lost a fort yet. And they pretty much lost nothing in this game. 51,000 damage from Lunara. Top damage in the game, but it doesn't translate into kills. They need those kills. The damage over time just isn't enough. 40,000 for Hanzo. 25,000 for Cure and Ismaev. And Diablo is at 26k. Diablo is the third highest damage dealer in the game right now. Just behind Lunara and Hanzo. Third highest damage dealer. Masquerade is absolutely killing it. There's the disc as they're looking for a possible engage. And with the Arcane Punisher, they're making the play here. For the keep and potentially for more. Can they get kills? That's the question. Doesn't seem like it. WildHeart is not willing to give them the fight. There's the Sundering. The arrow in the back line against Stukov. They couldn't follow. Oh, no, no, there it is. Garrosh is dead. And they might just go for gold in this one. The best of 5 starts with a match on Infernal Shrines. And WildHeart is in trouble, but they kill the Haka. They lose Blaze. And the core is losing hit points. The shield is gone. It's down to 90%. Even if they don't end it here, the consistent poke is a problem. And the more points are lost, the better. They go for maybe even a kill. Yep, the combo doesn't hit perfectly, but they get the wall stun. And Stukov is about to go down. Stukov is dead. Lunara is not having the last laugh in this game. Mason Blaze is incredibly low here, but they don't want to risk too much. They're still poking a little bit, but it's a 4 versus 3 for now. 74%, 70% on that core, but they go for the keep. They go to the side lane with the catapult and the minions, plus the camp pushing in. It's an easy one to take down. Once again, the turn. Stukov still not here without the support. All that damage matters, of course. Sundering and the disc both miss. Both failing in this case. But yes, the core isn't looking too good, and they're just keeping the pressure up. Diablo gets flipped in, though. They're following it up with another stun, but Slughunter again! Oh, that bunker. Last second bunker, but Blaze still dies. Now they go for circling. They're all going to die here. They're all going to die, and they're going to lose the game right here, right now. Level 20 talents. They are ready. They get the triple kill. The advantage is just too big, and with the core already to 70%, they now can easily play out that 5 versus 2. They are trying to barbecue Stukov. He's low, the core is at 40%, and this is victory. This is game. They're taking it. 20 kills to 3. Dominant performance by Simplicity against WildHeart in game number 1 of this grand final. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. Simplicity, a big place from them in the grand final. They take the lead 0-1 as we're heading into the second map of this best of 5 series. Yeah, pretty impressive. Very well coordinated, and boy, Masquerade with Diablo, holy cow, even with the ping disadvantage and the slight delay that he has here, is just absolutely nuts. Some of the plays that he just pulled off were absolutely crazy. I mean, the entire team, honestly. They just did an insane amount of damage, and yeah, the play obviously up at the top where he used Lunara as a springboard to get to the next hero and then just drop, I think it was Garrosh, plus the kill that they got against Lunara Blaze afterwards. I mean, it was just absolutely crazy, and those plays were made multiple times. Also Dehaka with beautiful connects and follow-ups. So yeah, very, very well done. But again, as it stands, we're heading into game number 2. This time it's Tomb of the Spider Queen, and Medivh gets banned right away. Medivh is always such an X-Factor, and he is such a weird hero. Every single time, like, Medivh can make it into any kind of meta, and when he's in there, he gets all of a sudden just picked and banned every single game. And then without a patch kicking in, without anything else, all of a sudden, the teams start to figure out a little bit how to play against certain styles, how to just, like, counter it a little bit, and it's just like, and then Medivh disappears. And he starts to slowly disappear. The first team, you know, tests it a little bit. What happens if we don't ban him? And yeah, it doesn't get picked. And then all of a sudden, Medivh is completely ignored. And that lasts for a few weeks, and then the entire thing repeats itself, oftentimes without a single patch coming in. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. The hero is just wild. It always reminds me a bit also of Tyrael, who, no matter where the meta is, when it came to big tournaments, Tyrael always at some point just made it back into the game. So there's a couple, I mean, over the last couple of years, of course, not necessarily over the last few months, but if you watch Heroes of the Storm for the last, I don't know, 5 years and more, then you've probably seen that pattern too, and it's kind of funny. Now, Brightwing gets picked as the first pick here on Tomb. We have the Haka banned, the Junkrat as so often is eliminated, but Malfurion and Vala coming in very, very quickly. So Vala, you can play her with an arrow build here, you can play her with a multi-shot build here. Part of it is personal preference, but of course it also depends on, do you add the wave clear to other heroes in your lineup, or is she going to be the main source of it? Then you have to adapt accordingly. Blaze and Lunara. Okay, they go for her again. Lunara for the second time now. Bambi is in the house, together with Brightwing. And you got Blaze too. I mean, already an annoying setup. And there's the Stitches ban. Honestly, I like that one a lot. Again, it's this element of chaos that gets introduced into the game. those Stitches hooks are always a nuisance. They're always a huge pain. So, yeah, there's that. Well, guys, as we are actually heading into this, if you watch all of this on YouTube, make sure that you hit that thumbs up button on the YouTube channel if you like the content and you would help to spread the word a little bit with the algorithm. Of course, if you want to support the channel and the coverage, you can also use that join button, the membership feature that YouTube has activated. And while we're at it, big shout out to all of the people supporting the channel. Big shout out also to all the patrons. Really appreciate the support. And a lot of the coverage here wouldn't be possible without you. I mean, lately we're jumping into Korean tournaments, Chinese tournaments. Now we have a North American tournament here. All of the European content, of course. Without you guys, that would not be possible. So thanks a lot to everybody supporting the channel, either through YouTube membership, through Twitch, or also Patreon. Very, very much appreciated. And again, you guys, you help a lot and you make this possible. So big shout out and big thank you from my end. Well, and I'm pretty thankful that we are having another Q on my F, because the last one was pretty awesome. And we get Uther as a main tank. So double support with Maiev and Vala. Uther, of course, doubling as a tank here. Diablo and Nazeebo against it. I mean, I've seen that damage combo already once. They played Lunara Nazeebo in their semi-final against Storm Esports with success. A lot of success. There's a shit ton of damage over time. A huge amount of it. So, yeah. That definitely hurts. Double support, then again, can heal out a lot of this. Now, what is Mr. Fancy Pants over here gonna do? Last pick, Leoric. Yeah, all shall suffer, baby. Maiev and Leoric at the front line. Vala in the back, a double support. We got Uther doubling as a tank. And, well, let's go, everybody. Let's check this out. Game number 2, Tomb of the Spider Queen. The second map in the best of 5 series at the grand final between Simplicity and WildHeart Esports. Game number 2, the lead for Simplicity in the best of 5 on the left side. Legacy on Malfurion. We got Q on Uther, Pants on Leoric, Unaverted is playing Vala in this game, and Masquerade is on Maiev. So they're switching things around a little bit. Q is taking over on Uther. Maiev is played by Masquerade, so I mean, it's a little bit of a swap in the way that this is being played out, but we have seen this Maiev as a main tank, so to say, already a few times, and oftentimes with the double support behind her, and that's exactly what Simplicity is currently trying to emulate as well. On the right side of the map, WildHeart Esports with Slug Hunter on Blaze, Tremor on Diablo, Weary Day on Brightwing, Amazing Blaze on Lunara, and Zergling again on Nazeebo. But yeah, so we have Masquerade in the main tank role still, playing this Maiev style. We've seen her actually from multiple teams in Europe as well. Hardos come to mind, they played it once, and I think Team Wah also played it a few times, which obviously makes perfect sense considering that Masquerade is part of that team too. So double support behind it, with Cure interestingly enough being the one that locks in Uther, and they are immediately under pressure here, and oh boy, the brawl is real, and Cure just doesn't stand a chance. That's way too much action for him right now, so he's the first one to fall here, and Uther is dead. Dead in the waters. WildHeart Esports with the opening kill. And they're trying to go for number 2. And Vala, yes, doesn't stand a chance here. Not like this. Unaverted gets completely ganked up. Opponents trying to escape, but runs straight into a zombie wall. So that momentum swing is definitely real. WildHeart Esports is starting this game up with a massive bang. The counter attempt here. They go for the stun, and Zergling, he eats a lot of damage, but they can't get the kill. Maybe now? The slow, and they hit the mace to the face. Leo is taking out the trash. He mops the floor with Nazeebo, and the Witch Doctor is down. So that's 1 kill against 2 now in favor of WildHeart Esports still, but at least the blue team is bringing the fight to them. Okay. Curious. Also, auto attack style. Creed of the Hunter. Now, it's not quite the Creed of the Noob Trap that was played in the days of old. Blizzard since then has realized that the talent is a little bit shitty. That's not to say a lot, so they changed it slightly. And by now, Vala, we're going to keep an eye on her with the Gambit here, of course. But, yep, suffering already a bit of a defeat. 30 stacks, by the way. Death Dealer is now in as a level 4 talent. But you can really pressure a frontliner very heavily with Vala if you get good stacks together. And also, more importantly, if you don't die. And with the Gambit talent, we have now the first death on Vala, as is already, which is a bit of a setback. But if she's able to stay alive with the double support, then there's still a lot that can be done. So Unaverted needs to be careful on this end. If he can get the stacks together, make sure that he doesn't die, keep back, let the double support do their thing, then there's a huge potential for later in the game being a massive, massive factor against Diablo in particular, but also everybody else on that lineup. So yeah, they're trying to go for dibbles. On the talent, we got 42 stacks by now, and we will see that focus pretty heavily. So yeah. Level 4 talents gave us also Nazebo with a follow-up on the spiders. I mean, again, that doesn't really come as a surprise. That's exactly what you would expect. They played it also in the semifinals, so it doesn't come as a shock. They play again, yeah, on Masquerade, and he gets out. He gets out, and Vala hits the first 50 stacks, which now immediately means, of course, that they're gonna get the damage increase here, as you can see. So, yeah, we'll see how much and how quickly Unaverted can pull off in this game. As the late game approaches, he needs to be the one to put an insane amount of pressure onto that front line. Weave those auto attacks in and stutter step his way with the team to victory. So they're going to try and pull that off. The gems are being turned in slowly and steadily. Simplicity is slightly ahead on that end. 40 gems turned in. And Unaverted, of course, he needs a few more talents, especially that 16, to have a huge impact here. We got the Nature's Cure in also. The Hand of Protection has been taken. Vala with the Hot Pursuit, capitalizing a bit more on those hatred stacks. And the blue team is also getting the first objective locked in as they turn in gems and get those Web Weavers. Nice move against Dibbles, but it's not enough. Yeah, there's the Jet Propulsion. Vala, yes, Unaverted gets out. The follow-up with the Wall of Zombies this time didn't make a difference. 61 stacks on Vala, sitting at 63 now, slowly working those numbers up as best she can. And the Web Weavers, they get attacked now. Top side, Leo against Blaze. Down at the bottom of the map, it's Masquerade, who is trying to threaten Maze and Blaze and force him back. Anytime they can buy on lane is going to be helpful. So Masquerade is dodging out of the damage as best he can, but in the middle of the map, that's where we are really seeing the plays being made. Yeah, this is where all the aggression is coming in, and they're going for Diablo heavily. Dibbles gets attacked. There's the attack on Cure, and Cure might die, and he does, but they also took Brightwing down, and Vala is now nearly at 100 stacks. Tries to go for circling. Has to rotate away from this. Is capitalizing on the level 4 talent consistently, and boy, they are really pressuring this one. Not only did they break the wall, they take the fountain down, and they also were able to drop the fort down to 50%. Now another quest, step completed, as the level 1 is fully done by Nazebo. Vala is in total now sitting at 100 stacks. So also is working very, very quickly towards the quest completion here. Needs, of course, a little bit more, as you can see, but still, this is going to be super, super important. And the damage should reflect that. And we have a quick look. Vala sitting at 19,000. Heavily outpacing both Lunara and Nazebo. So this is going to increase, especially if they can keep her alive, so that she doesn't lose any of the Gambit stacks. That's going to be important. Level 10, kicking in a bit early, would also help them here. They're, of course, hoping for a double turn-in. Tremor already retreating. And the damage connects, but the red team gets the turn in up at the top as Blaze delivers his gems. And that is translating into Web Weavers. They might be able to go for the easy defense here, but I think the red team will have their heroic abilities in play just in time. So yeah, now up to the top. Manspans pushing this one out as is. And the level 10 abilities are kicking in for both. The disc, of course, once again, bit of action already popping out in the middle. Vala! And there's the Divine Shield. Oh, double support. Yeah, that was needed. Without the Divine Shield, she would have fallen for sure. Tranquility would not have been enough in that situation. So yes, they keep Vala alive. And again, highly important because of that level 1 talent choice. You want to keep the Gambit stacks in play, and she already lost one. Now, down to the bot lane. That's where the last Web Weaver is pushing. Now, she's not quite true. In the middle, we still have the remnants of one as well. They try to go for the kill. Good stun. Web Weaver is about to take that fort down. One fort eliminated. The one in the mid lane barely alive. Bit of a tete-a-tete by Vala and Lunara. But Vala's now sitting at 120 stacks. And Unaverted is really playing out with the Death Dealer as much as he can. Is trying to add the mobility on top of this. Yeah, it will be an interesting game. That late game is going to be incredible if they can keep her alive here. But time will tell, we'll see. For now, it's also, of course, the Nazeebo show. If he is stacking properly, he will be a force to deal with in the late game, especially if they are able to get him to Vile Infection. It's always a bit of a question of what you want to go for. If the stacks are not coming in quickly enough, then oftentimes you see Nazeebo players deviate away and upgrade their level 10 ability. Depends a bit on the situation on when you're hitting level 20. If you're going, for example, with the push with boss, or what's the case here. Web Beavers are coming down for the blue team once again. They tried for a quick kill and they couldn't quite get it. So the Entomb in this case, definitely threatening Tremor a bit, but it didn't really lead to anything tangible. So they go for the disc again. It's always a Diablo focus here. In comes the Ravenous Spirit, Tether, and they try to put Tremor in under pressure to force him back here, and successfully at that, I might add. But yeah, middle and top, the forts are falling. Web Weavers didn't even have an impact in the middle before it's getting taken down. And they can still try and go for maybe the keep here. Nice! The big kill on Lunara. Now the gems are taken by Blaze, but boy, that one was important. Lunara is such a big asset when it comes to Web Weaver defense. And now they're of course suffering. Divine Shield is ready, so they're going to save the target. They're going to save Masquerade for now. But the red team has a big problem. One of their main damage dealers is gone at this point, and Web Weavers are pushing in the mid lane, at the top lane. So yeah, they're losing a lot of infrastructure here. And at the bottom, it seems like they're at least going to try to take that fountain down. Vala is at 140 stacks at this point. She has Gloom on 13. Fountain has no chance. And once the fountain is destroyed, you're just losing so much sustain in the middle. Same play on every single map, basically. But there's so many fights here. And, well, Vala, again, under pressure. They nearly get the kill. Do they get it? Yes, no. They don't. 15 HP, and she gets out. 15 HP, and unaverted is kept alive by Uther and Malfurion. That was too close for comfort, for sure. So Vala makes it. And now we got also 115 stacks for Nazeebo. It's a bit of a battle of the two here with their stacking. And she's getting close to another 3 shots so that she's sitting at 150 stacks. But they take the fort. They take the fort. And they try to Moonfire Bambi a little bit. 34,000 damage against 27k. You can see that Lunara is starting to catch up a bit. But yeah, the heals, oh my god. Both Malfurion and Uther just doing their best to keep the damage dealer alive. They need to. And talking about Maiev, Maiev is sitting at 25,000 damage at this point in time. It puts Maiev into the 3rd highest position regarding hero damage. Yeah, Vala gets another completion, so she's at 3 stacks now. And they are trying to put the pressure on. Wait for that 16. Once that Manticore is in, assuming they're going for it, that's going to be where a lot of the damage is going to kick in for her. Yeah, the auto attack speed in particular through the Gambit is going to be huge. Alright, the disc is missing. Masquerade wasn't able to connect that one. It's all about the next turn in too, by the way. So the red team is trying to get rid of their gems. Blue team has 35. That's not nearly enough for another turn in, but as long as they control the middle, they can prevent the opponent's team from turning in themselves. And that would be huge. Yep, Maiev down here needs to double check what's going on. Masquerade is doing exactly that. And he can interrupt, but he also has to be careful that he doesn't overstep. 16 isn't ready yet. They're trying to dodge around here. They're trying to position up at the top to interrupt as best they can. Unaverted, still looking good on mana. 36 gems. 36 gems. It's all about Slug Hunter. Blaze is currently 26. If he gets the turn in, yes, he gets it. He gets the turn in. They got the Web Weavers. Can they win the fight? That's the bigger question. Can they win the fight? Masquerade, he's low, but he escapes. Lunara comes in again, tries for the leap. Once more, no kill. Masquerade is still on the run, and so is Leo. And Leo dies indeed. Legacy is not able to pick those gems up. So now it is a 5 versus 4, just as the Web Weavers are touching ground. The bad news? Look at the minimap. All of the Web Weavers start on the right side of the map, far removed from those forts. The lanes haven't been pushed out previously, and that is an issue. Leo's the only one that got lost here. Vala, she has a 16, and there's Manticore. And now the damage is going to be a problem for Diablo. Manticore, with that attack speed, Vala should be able to do an enormous amount here. Divine Shield ready to save the front line. Masquerade is saved for now. They try with the Entomb to counter-engage, and Vala's getting closer and closer to hitting her 4th stack on the Talent. Yeah, she's nearly at 200 at this point. So they are going to get that damage up significantly. It's all about unaverted and him being able to use his mechanics. But there's the attack, quick turnaround attempt, and the damage is ready. Diablo is suffering. Diablo is suffering. 53,000 damage now for Vala. You can see how the damage spiked after she hit her 16. Leo defended the top, Maiev defended the bottom. They didn't lose a lot. 16 versus 16 talents now on the other hand. The 1-0 lead in the best of 5. Can they extend it? Can the blue team go for the 2-0? Or will the red team bring it back and force the tie right now? They're trying. And they got Nazeebo, of course, too. We're talking about Nazeebo and Lunara, 37,000, 44,000 damage. And especially Nazeebo, he's at 145 stacks. Getting closer and closer to what he needs to get the Viral Infection on 20 and really kick off with this. So it's not only Vala that is doing a good job at stacking. But Vala is the one that works those auto attacks in now, and the Manticore hits in particular are murdering Diablo. But Tremor is doing a very good job considering the circumstances here. I mean, he is really... Oh, that could be this end though. The bunkers, the counterplay, the stuns. Way too many stuns. But yeah, Diablo always alive, but this might be the end of him after all. Vala with the damage, but it is in this case not enough. Brightwing was jumping out to 219 stacks now. They go for the camp. Vala's at 61,000. Diablo again suffering, and this is the end. It's not only Vala, it's also Leo with the drains that does of course a number on him. Leo's 27,000, and in this case they were able to finally drop him. Then again, Uther died too, so it's still a 4 versus 4. Unaverted, they turn it on a Zebo and they take him. Diablo's obviously back to business, but he dies again, and this time he's down for the count. The problem is that Malfurion has also fallen, and Vala's not going to make it here. This time she's dead. Vala is down, loses one of the Gambit points. They go for the Slug Hunter. Masquerade, the gems. It's all about the gems. They're trying to prevent her from falling. Is he surviving? He needs to get the gems to safety. This is insane. He actually survived. Leo died, but great job by Pants. That Entomb blocking Lunara was absolute key to make sure they at least did keep Maiev alive. That one was crucial. That one was absolutely crucial. And of course, a lot of gems also lost for WildHeart Esports. I mean, both of them are really struggling in that last encounter. A lot of gems lost when Diablo finally bit the dust. They were hoping to save him. Masquerade, I mean, it's crazy. 7 kills to 8. Vala, she died twice. She is super close now to the final hits. Another 5 shots is all that she needs here. But yeah, she died twice now. She died twice. So yeah, that means she's down to 15% bonus attack speed, down from 25. Still good, don't get me wrong. I mean, we're talking about a talent that kicks in on level 1. And think about the level 4 for Tychus. Every single time we see Tychus in his Odin, people pick Master Assassin for the 10% additional attack speed. And now Vala is still relying on 15. We got Redemption in on level 20, the Farflight Quiver is ready, plus Buried Alive. They go for the boss, and that is an easy one for them. The level 20 advantage makes it nearly impossible for WildHeart Esports to attack here. Sometimes in the past they've done that, but right now they're waiting it out. Nazebo has the stacks that he needs for the Viral Infection, and obviously Simplicity also knows that once Nazebo is going to do his thing, it will be very difficult, even with a double support. But if any composition can make a play here, it's likely going to be the double support setup. So all the way up towards the top right, there it is now, the quick play for the keep, the first one in the game. And the Web Weavers are also touching ground, so this is going to be a massive push. Boss plus Web Weaver, one blow after another. But in the middle and at the bottom of the map, the lanes have been pushed out very heavily by WildHeart, so those Web Weavers will take a long time to arrive, but the keep obviously goes down. They want to go for the kills right now, and Vala having the additional safety is huge at this point. She has the distance now with a Farfly Quiver, and Unaverted is getting crazy damage out. But there's the Vile Infection. So Nazeebo is trying to bring this back. He's at 66,000. Vala has a 12,000 damage advantage over Nazeebo, but this is really going to be a question of whether or not the Witch Doctor can turn the tides of the battle. Because they are looking for kills. They're looking for them right now. And, well, this is one against Leo. Leo is dead. And Web Weavers are still pushing, but one keep at least is gone. Structural advantage gives them also an edge in the middle here. But yes, this is now going to be the battle between Vala and Nazeebo on the damage numbers. And right now, Vala is doing a great job. Leo, of course, with the trait activated, is also scouting this out a little bit. Mr. Pants knows exactly what's going on here. But yeah. Vala, she died twice. That's fine. 15% of an advantage still. Masquerade gets an interrupt. Nice. But he only delays the inevitable. They won't be able to completely deny the turn-in, and there it is. Tremor completes it. Good job by him. And let's go. The Entomb over here. Yeah, that didn't do a lot. 7 kills to 9. 202 stacks now for Nazeebo. Our boy is doing work. And he is going to try and close that gap to Vala. 16,000 damage behind for him now. But we didn't have a skirmish after they defended their core. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, Masquerade, he's disengaging. Leo is at the bottom, trying to take the Web Weaver down with success, I might add. Easy kills. There's only one fort on the map. And it's up here to the top. Simplicity is holding on to it as best they can. Brightwing with the invisible friends. Lunara, by the way, on 20 with the intensifying toxin. There's toxins everywhere. Nazeebo, the Witch Doctor with all of them. And you got Lunara on top of that too. The damage over time is disgusting, honestly. But yeah, Leo, he's taking the camp out. Well, the Web Weavers. So it's the push at the top. It took 1 fort down so far, but right now, WildHeart is not getting a lot out of that turn-in. Well, they push the lanes back, so they push the lanes all back. But they want, of course, kills, and so far they didn't get them. Good stuns against Masquerade, but there's the tether. Yeah, the ult against Diablo from Leo, but it's not enough. The counter is always there. The Ravenous Spirit from Nazeebo is so important. Whenever the Entomb gets popped, he just drops the Ravenous Spirit onto the Entomb, which is exactly what he needs to do. Look at the damage, by the way. Unaverted is getting absolutely crushed by those spiders. Damage output 87,000 against 93,000. Guys, Vala had a 16,000 gap between her and Nazeebo. 16,000. In the last engage, that shrank down to 6k. Just to give you a bit of an idea of how much damage that bad boy is currently doing. And if he gets the spiders and everything connected, Vala needs to run. And well, if you're running, you're not doing damage. So, yeah, pretty crazy. Also kind of crazy that Maiev is the only one that hasn't fallen yet. There's the play, and Vala escapes. Yeah, the Entombs, I like the Entombs. The problem is, I mean, it's nice that they're hitting. It's nice that he's reacting. The issue is simply that entombing Diablo is not gonna be what you need. It's not gonna win you the game. You really need to drop him hard in order for that to happen. Saving Vala, that's a different story. But I think she was already out there. So now they are getting pushed. And look how quickly Nazeebo is catching up in damage. His output after he gets his level 20 is insane. It's just crazy. Those spiders, they're eating them alive. Ravenous Spirits is absolutely crushing. But again, they're pushing through it and they're forcing him back. Can't sit there the entire time. So, yeah, there's the disc. This came in. Nazeebo removed. And Diablo! He makes it out! But not for long. They get the Entomb. Where's the kill when you need it? Where are those auto attacks? Vala! The hits and the kill. Can they get Lunara? Can they get Bambi? They're trying. Ugh. No, it's not enough. It's not enough. Vala nearly made it happen. But yeah, it's 8 kills to 10. And the boss is up. And of course, Diablo has lost a lot of his hit points now. Yeah, Diablo is down to 10 stacks. That's not a lot. Boss is ready. Is any of the teams making a Hail Mary move here? 238 stacks now for Nazeebo. Nazeebo is bonkers. And they are making the play. They are the ones. Leo is still dead. He sees it all. And they need to keep him alive when he comes back. They got everybody here. Engaging into the backline now. Once again, Diablo low. Here comes the stun. The follow-up on Masquerade is... Oh, they get both! They get both! They get both! No! Oh, Blaze is instantly dead. Diablo is able to get away with the Hellgate. And Bambi stands no chance. The mace hits hard. Leo and Vala, they drop her instantly. 10 kills to 10. And now we're 23 minutes into the game. And that top lane is gonna suffer. 42 and 50 seconds until they're back. And this is gonna be a move for the core. They need a kill and they need it quickly. And I am not sure if they have any chance at this point. Yeah, this is going to be absolutely brutal. How do you stop that push? How do you stop this? 250 stacks for Nazeebo. He needs to drop them. Nazeebo needs to be the one. He has more damage than Vala now. He has more damage than Vala. He's done it. He's outpaced her. But they're about to lose the game. They're about to lose the game because Dibbles might fall. They save him again. No, they don't. Leo with a drain. And that is game. The 2-0 lead in the best of 5, guys. Simplicity. They pull it off. What a performance here. The gambit, the gamble, it has paid off. 11 kills to 11, but it is Simplicity with a 2-0 lead in the best of 5 grand final at the Chili Mountain Fall Cup. (2-0), guys, Simplicity, they took the big lead here, a 2-0 advantage over WildHeart Esports. And boy, the plays on the last map. Yeah, they have 3 match points now. And for WildHeart to bring it back, they need to win 3 in a row, obviously. So they need to try and go for the reverse sweep here. But the games between these two, damn. Especially the last one. That one was a little bit crazy at times. I could have gone either way. Nazeebo towards the end just popped off completely. But yep, the kills were there. They got the kills, and it all happened through one fantastic entomb against Blaze and Diablo. He caught both of them, and they were able to just chase them, kill several of them, go for the boss, and since they already took the keep at the top lane earlier that day, they were able to end the game there and there. Now, the same bans again, mostly, from WildHeart Esports, eliminating Brightwing. I mean, this is pretty much the same ban pattern that we had on the last map. More or less the same. Obviously, first pick, first ban shifted a bit. Map choice was made by Simplicity, since WildHeart Esports decided for first pick. But yep, there we go. Stukov is taken. Falstad is up. So Cure could play Falstad again. If they want to play global, the main question is, do they pick it now or do they hope to pick it later? That's the big one. And there it is. Falstad gets taken right away. Okay, so with the Nubarak and Falstad, they now have... I mean, obviously you can play the macro game with Falstad. You can always try to soak those side lanes. You can open the map up a little bit, take a couple of fountains and forts down, and then exploit that with Falstad. But if you have a Nubarak in the same team, you can also try to get a quick cocoon against the opponent, and then if someone pushes in from the enemy team, gust them away and kill that cocoon target. So that's oftentimes what we're seeing. Lunara is in. I mean, they are playing Lunara over and over and over and over again. For good reason. I mean, she's crazy good. But it seems like Simplicity is saying, hey, we can play against her. We can deal with her. It's totally fine. And yeah. And they're doing a really, really good job at it. I mean, every single time that she's been played so far, despite the fact that she had a big impact, they lost the game. They played her in game number 1, played her in game number 2, it didn't make a difference. Medivh gets banned again. One of those better safe than sorry bans. And it makes perfect sense too, especially if you're looking to isolate and you go in fights with the Nubarak, drop the cocoon. And there's the Malfurion ban. And Nubarak obviously loves a follow-up from Malfurion. It's one of the classics. Nubarak engage into Malfurion roots is an absolute classic setup. Stukov took over that spot at some point, but Malfurion is still an oldie but goldie when it comes to that execution. But now we're going to get a bit of an idea of where they're headed with this. Because Deckard Cain could still be the follow-up for a Nubarak, would still be a good one. They go for Lucio instead. They got Blaze together with it, so a Nubarak, Blaze plus Lucio. Yeah, I could have seen a Urel there too. Generally, it seems like they're not playing as much Urel, at least here in the Grand Final. Yeah, the two top teams, they haven't played the Space Code a lot, but we've seen her in the tournament. The meta is always a bit different in North America after all. So you would expect priorities to be different. I mean, obviously they are. It's just kind of funny because the tournament started with the first match and a Lily pick. A Lily first pick. So yeah, that's what started this tournament off. Tracer and Blaze. Falstad, Tracer, Blaze and Nubarak at the front, Lucio for the heals, and Hanzo Muradin on the other side. Guys, here we are. It could be the last map of the series. Will WildHeart Esports bring it back? We're gonna find out now on Cursed Hollow. Game number 3, potentially the last map in all of this. Yep, we'll find out if there is a chance for WildHeart Esports to bring it back, or if Simplicity is going to close out the series here without dropping a single map. On the left side, we have them with Legacy on Lucio, Cure on Tracer, Pants on Blaze, Unaverted on Falstad. They swapped heroes, and Masquerade is playing in Nubarak for the team. WildHeart Esports, they need to win it now. They need to start the reverse comeback. Mason Blaze and Lunara. Weary Day on the low blow with Stukov at level 1. Zergling on Hanzo. Tremor on Murden. And Slug Hunter is playing Hogger. Let's go, everybody. Let's get this party started. It's Cursed Hollow. Awesome map. Absolutely love this one. Double boss spawning at the 5-minute mark, of course. And yeah, with Tracer, a lot of this is going to be on her. It's not going to be necessarily an easy game for Cure. I mean, he shines on heroes like this one. His Zeratul got banned out multiple times for a very good reason. Tracer allows him to be hyper-aggressive and in the opponent's face as well. He doesn't get the support of a Malfurion, which he would probably prefer over Lucio. But still, if Cure is able to jump on Bambi, go for Hanzo, or maybe even drop Stukov, then this could be a good game for them. But the aggression is already there. There's the engage, and oh boy, Hogger, he's trying to poke away, and he gets murdered. Absolutely wrecked. Blown to pieces. No chance. Hogger is down, and that is a great opening kill for Simplicity. Not simply because they got the kill. Early game death timers are pretty low, but just the sheer amount of coordination that they had there. Just mercilessly ganking up on the Fleabag and taking him apart. Masquerade is double checking what's going on, playing with the vision right now, and also presenting himself to the opponent, saying like, hey guys, maybe you should wait this out and wait for someone else to help. But yeah, they're not getting baited. And here we have it. Masquerade, Mason Blaze up at the top side. Tracer is dancing around the Siege Giants right now. Cure is locking this one in and gets the Siege Giants for the team. Now, camps are taken, of course, on both sides. And in this case, we also have now the level 4 abilities getting ready. We have also the next camp attacked right after that from Simplicity. Hogger is a little bit late on those Siege Giants. The reason pretty simple. First objective spawns up at the top, which means that if you get those Siege Giants a second, they will push through the bot lane as the objective is up. Your opponent has to spread themselves a little bit thinner. So there is a bit of a deviation away in like which order you take the camp depending on the position of the objective. So Falza is flying middle to help out here. And that is going to make it a little bit more difficult for him just in general. He should have his fly still up to help out with the objective, because it gets announced now, and then of course it's going to be another 30 seconds, so Unaverted could technically make his way back down to the bot lane and then deal with it, but Blaze is the one moving over. Yeah, and top side, they are getting value out of these Siege Giants, aren't they? Mason Blaze with Lunara is doing what he can, and again, took one down already, but that doesn't change the fact that they're doing a lot of damage here, and oh boy, that could be, yeah, they're taking the entire wall nearly. It's only a tower that survives, and barely at that. So that was a very good attack to start things off here. As long as Slug Hunter's down at the bottom of the map, Pants is not going to move either. They're going up here for another quick attack. Tremor, in this case, is the target. And Cure with a channel attempt. Now the Lucio! Nice! Very nice. Legacy with the great play. Just zoning them out for a second, and that was more than enough for Tracer, who's now gonna die. Now they got the tribute, but Tracer is still dead. Well, I would still call worth. But yeah, that was nicely done. Lucio, kudos. That was a great move here. So, great job by Legacy. But then also WildHeart Esports coming in to get that kill against Tracer. That was kind of important. Brings them back a little bit. Down to the bot lane now. Still, Slug Hunter doesn't have an easy time against Mr. Pants. So, yeah. And Muradin is still sitting in the middle here. Yeah, it's a choke in Pollen once again. Next tribute is coming up, and I mean, they try to get the counter damage in at the top, and they destroyed one of the towers. They haven't really been able to do as much damage as the opponent here. But now, of course, Cure is still zipping. Like, Tracer is the mosquito of Heroes of the Storm. Good kill. Nice kill. Well coordinated. But yeah, Tracer is just like always buzzing around your bzzz, bzzz, bzzz. And it is just annoying as hell. You just want to pick a big fly swatter and take her out. I mean, if you get a fly swatter for Brightwing, you know, you might as well swap Tracer around a little bit, because not only does she deserve it, but yeah, rumor has it she also likes it. Kinky. So they say. Again, don't take my word of it. I'm just reporting what people tell me. Now, we have on level 7 the Growing Infestation. Seeing red. Yeah, I'm seeing red too. A lot actually. Red and blue. But those kill, I mean, again, I don't really think that for Tracer is going to be an easy game at all. You have Lunara against you, which is dropping the auto attacks on you. Yeah, you're dealing with this Hanzo. They have Storm Bolts against you. Like, I don't know. These attacks, if they are hitting, you get kills. And WildHeart Esports knows that too. They now were able to drop 2, and they go for the boss immediately. The setup that we're seeing for Simplicity can definitely work. But WildHeart Esports has some incredible power here to go into these team fights and crush them. Now, we got the meme strike. And they, of course, try to go for this one too. Oh, yes, we caught that, my friend. Someone just got rooted. And, of course, the rotation is now in. I don't know if they can do that in time. Where's the rotation headed? Are they trying to make the play straight for the tribute, or are they going for boss? I guess they're going for boss, and it might just work out for them. Yep, that could be a total disaster. Cocoon is out, they burn it down, Murden gets stunned, and they grab it. Oh my god. Yeah. Just imagine that 2-3 seconds later. That would have been a problem. Second tribute is what they're fighting for. Bot lane is going to pressure out. Top lane, same thing. They're trying to control the choke points here. All the points that lead towards the tribute are now being attacked. Q is the one trying to channel. Time and time again. And they go in with Hanzo. The kill is there. Nice. But the fight isn't over. Lots of AoE damage. Lots of damage over time. Their Gust, they're still trying to chase it. Q is super low. He's down to 50% HP. But they're getting all this. Oh my god. The stuns. Ow. That one hurt so much. Hanzo is dead. Stukov is dead. Muradin is dead. And Hogger, like a pinball, was able to get out of this one. But boy, that one hurt. I mean, look at this. Wow. They got all the stuns connected in that choke point, in that corridor. They're still chasing Hogger, by the way. And I guess he's gonna die one way or another. But that was just ruthless. So now they're going for the next camp. 12 to 11, the levels. 5 kills, 2, 3. And yeah, that was nuts. That escalated quickly. It really, really did. So, well, it's not over yet by any means, but we have the advantage, obviously, for Simplicity. Not only do they have 2 tributes against 1, they are closing in on level 13. They had a little bit more time on the map and are timing their camp now around the push in the middle. If they can go for the curse, then that would, of course, be fantastic. Both teams lost a fort, so the boss lane is pressured. If multiple one of those are taken later, then they're going to march for keep and core. But they are burning this down very, very quickly. And if they take the entire thing, or at least half of it, then yeah, their own camp is going to do a whole lot of work here. And it's all about the tribute up at the top. And of course, WildHeart Esports is trying to take position. They're zoning them. Nice. And I think they're going to get it. Can they interrupt? No, they cannot. They can't interrupt, but they're trying to force the fight. And here comes the Gust. Pinball is in. Muradin. Lulnara. Now, the end of the Lul. Lulnara is down. Bambi is dead. Now they try to go for Hogger. And the slow is what might be the end of him. Yes, it's not really the damage. It's the slow and the control that doesn't allow him to get out anymore. Stormbolts are coming in. They're trying for another kill. Bunker is already up. It's 5 versus 3 and they are pushing hard. But Falstad goes down. He gets caught. He gets completely pushed into a corner and blocked by the fountain. They still try to get the damage out in the 4 versus 3 situation that they have here. But Bambi is coming back. So they need to retreat as well. But they got the fort. They got the fort and they got a bit ahead here. But with Falstad down for another 17 seconds, that tribute is going to spawn just after he's back up on the map. So, if he has the global ready, he can always fly in. But the position will be taken by WildHeart Esports. And you can already see them setting up a trap here. Because they're hoping to get a kill on Blaze. And he knows. I mean, he's fully aware what they're looking for. So, this could be problematic now. Do they just accept the curse? It looks like it. They're just taking camps now. They're saying, yeah, whatever. Screw it. Put the curse on us. It's fine. Top lane is not going to be a big problem. There's experience lost for you. We got the Siege Giants here. They're going to pressure through the middle. But at the bot lane, they're going to lose a fort. So they simply decided that this is the best way to play around with it. Communication there could have definitely been better. Then again, that meme strike didn't really do anything either. But the bot lane fort is, as mentioned, is just not going to survive. Now, Forza is already at the top. Down here, they're pushing. But if this is the only thing that WildHeart Esports is getting out of the curse, then they're still fine. And the experience lead is, of course, still big. Unaverted. It's actually, yeah, he has the Hearthstone. They need to defend. Same is also true for Blaze. So they push both of the lanes out, but they need to ensure that their keep isn't falling. But look at the experience. They're getting closer and closer to level 16. That's the entire play here. And they can still Gust. They still have a Gust available to buy themselves a few more seconds. And talking about buying themselves some time, those Siege Giants bought them a lot of time at the top. Alright, the attack is ready against Muradin. But they might chase. They might just chase. They take the Indian Wave down. Level 16, there it is. They got 16. They have the talent advantage. Here comes the play. Epicenter. Epicenter is ready. They could go for it. They chase them down with Lucio. Meme strike, not doing anything. Was intended to zone them and it just didn't. Here comes the isolation and the kill. Hogger is dead. Cocoon into Gust. They get the kill and they're chasing even more. Now, Cure is low, so he needs to be careful, but we also have bosses up on the map. And they might just go for that. Boss is going to get attacked and the red team likely going to attempt to move towards the top to take their own. Okay, they already scout this one out. But the attack is going to be late. Oh boy, they're missing Hogger here. Yeah, okay, forget it. For a second I forgot about Hanzo. Hanzo and Lunara, yeah, they chunked it down to 50% HP with the first volley. So yeah, that's ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Lunara and Hanzo, I mean, honestly, on the boss damage, what a joke. They come in and they just make him disappear. Ridiculous. Yeah. Okay, so 8 kills to 4. Still the leading experience, and the talent advantage is obviously nice, but it's not gonna last for very much longer. It's more about the next tribute. That's really the important part, because if they can get the tribute, then they would put the curse on the opponent. So there it is. A little bit of damage done. I mean, again, not really a whole lot. Boss at the top is still there. And yeah. Easy kill. Tribute is up. Both are going for the camp. They're mirroring each other's plays now. Hogger has died 4 times in this game. 4 times. Masquerade hasn't fallen once yet. Blaze hasn't died either. Technically, they can let this one go. They're so far ahead. If they want to make a play for 20, they could. Would be a long-ass play, though. Yeah. Here we go. They're looking for an opening. And Cure is again going full mosquito style on them. Bzz, bzz, bzz. but he's also eating a ton of damage here. There's no fountain anymore. So yeah, they're trying to zone it out. There's the Storm Bolt. Nice. A little bit of damage maybe. Just poking it out, looking for position, and also double checking those bushes. Don't face check that shit. Always checking, and Vance did exactly that. Figured out that we have Hogger over here, and it's all fine. The Siege Giant camp at the bottom of the map is doing a great job for WildHeart Esports though. And eventually, Simplicity will have to send, well, maybe Falstad back. Talking about the birdie, as we have the Stormbolt over here, Falstad is in the middle and burns the waves down. So, yeah, they get even more out of this. But up at the top, there's the Meme Strike, trying to isolate that. Channel is happening, and they let it go. They give them the tribute, they don't have to fight for this one. Muradin, then again, is a bit low in HP, but he still has Avatar. But Falstad, he's doing damage with this push. This is the entire wall just gone. Now, to be fair, we see a similar picture down here. But they already did work down there previously. Yeah, it's really clutch. The big difference is really experience. I mean, they're nearly 2 levels ahead now. So, nearly 2 levels of an advantage, and it is a bit crazy. If you have that big of an experience lead, once that you're at 20, your window of opportunity is going to be massive. And of course, their goal would be to get the tribute, curse them, and then push with the level 20 advantage. If they can pull that off, that would be a disaster for WildHeart. And Falstad is looking for the mid-wave. And he's going to get this very quickly. It's so close. It's so fucking close. But they let it go. No, they don't. They don't. They interrupt. They interrupt. They wait for 20. They wait for 20. They're risking it here. They wait for level 20. Meme Strike is out. Straight on the bunker. And here we go. An Uberok attack. 20 is ready. They got the Storm Talents. They got the Storm Talents. And immediately WildHeart Esports is, get the hell out of here. They're all rushing. They're all moving away. And here's the curse. Level 20 and a curse. And now it's party time. This is the moment to push. They're opening the side wall. The minions, they're gonna go through the structures easily. Top lane. Yeah, those minions are gonna go through the top lane like hot butter through cheese. That fort is gonna fall first. And at the end of the day, we are likely gonna see the keep attack too. Down at the bottom of the map, they're crushing through everything. The wall is gone. And now WildHeart Esports, they are suffering here. They're trying to stay alive. They're trying to save the day somehow, but it's just not working. The keep is definitely gone. And the only question is, what is Simplicity going to do afterwards? Are they poking the keep in the middle? Are they going to try and make a play for the core? Or what's the move? Nicely done. Good job. Great job, actually. And then Hogger dies. Oh my god. Just as it looked like they might get a kill themselves, they're losing Hogger. Falstad with the wind tunnel. That one was important. Now they're making another play for Tremor. Muradin, he already popped Avatar and he's struggling. Mason plays on his Lunara. He jumped out. Top keep under pressure. They go for Falstad. The birdie low. Lunara with the damage. The core at 93%, but they are falling back. They're calling it a day. They're not going for the core any further. And WildHeart Esports saves the game for now. 1 level behind still. Top lane has taken some damage. And they go for boss. And now, this is of course the big play for them. Because it is still a 4v5. Still a 4v5. And Tremor knows what's happening. They're trying to go for it. Tremor in trouble. And he's dead. Muradin is dead. And this might just be the end of the game. Without level 20, the boss pushing through the bot lane is going to be an utter disaster. Hogger is trying to stop them. This is going to be it. 10 kills to 4. The attempt by WildHeart to get a kill on Tracer, and it nearly works out for them. Tracer moving back in. There's the meme strike. That one just doesn't hit anything. They were trying to control that point, trying to control the corridor. It didn't work out. Now they make the play for Bambi. Mason plays is in so much trouble. He's in deep shit, and he's gonna die now. He, well, dies to the mini wave. Adding insult to injury. Tracer is dead too, by the way. So Tracer is down. Hanzo's the only real survivor here. And we see Hogger chased. Hanzo is dead, and so are the hopes and dreams of WildHeart Esports to turn the series around. 5-man team wipe. as WildHeart Esports gets blown off the map and Simplicity takes control of the game in the grand final. They claim it with a 3-0 victory over their opponent. Flawless victory in the grand final, nicely done, and they take first place in the tournament. The Chili Mountain Fall Cup goes to Simplicity. Great performance and a well-deserved victory.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.